Hello everyone and welcome to Bikes, Buddies and More. Join us as we fly away on a debut track day to the Buddh International Circuit, where you will get up close and personal to the track day experience and our very own Ducati Panigale V2. And like always, this happens exclusively for you. So go ahead and enjoy. First things first, get registered with a reputed and professional riding academy. We chose ISBK. Next, you gotta get your bike shipped to the circuit. Unless you're living really close to the circuit, you're gonna arrive exhausted on a track day, and that is not a good thing. Next, get packing. Don't forget your leather overalls, the helmet, Balclavas, jerry cans, gloves, full-length boots, and last but not the least, your back protector. As Harish and Manmeet were riding and I was driving, our rendezvous point was on the Yamuna Expressway just before we enter the circuit. And there, the glorious circuit shows itself. Racing on the track comes with its own set of perils, and the organizer will ask you to indemnify them. And after you signed your life away, you get registered and you get to meet your bike and get assigned your own pit. And then get ready for some exhilarating experiences. There is my beauty, all set with the logo. In our pit, in the prized position, there is Harish's beauty. And that's Manmeet's one-eyed beauty. And you can also see Manmeet doing unspeakable things which we did not choose to catch on camera to our fellow rider. The first time you will walk through the shutters onto the main straight, the emotion you go through is simply amazing. Hello! And after a quick briefing, we're good to go. The thing is, Ducati has phenomenal track support, and our friendly folks at North Star Automotive made sure that my bike was taken care of. With the non-essentials removed and the tire pressure checked, we're ready for the start line at the sound of the buzzer. Given that this was our first track day and the bike was barely 15 days old, we registered ourselves under the novice or beginner category. And the first few laps are more of an acclimatization exercise. You go easy, go slow, just get used to the track. And what's immediately evident is that the Panigale V2 is an extremely forgiving bike. Not only is it more comfortable, but the electronics from V4 ensure that a novice like me could miss my racing line, could overshoot corners, could come in a wrong speed, and the bike would not even break into a sweat. This was my first ever ride at the Buddh International Circuit, and I was busy figuring out my braking points and markers. But the beauty of the Panigale is that I could approach a corner in a completely wrong speed, in a completely wrong gear, use the quick shifter, downshift a few times, get into the corner, and even brake while I'm at the corner thanks to the cornering ABS, and then accelerate even before the bike is upright and the bike had me covered. And to that, it's hats off to the Panigale V2. Now watch closely. As we approach the final corner, I overtake in a completely incorrect line. And that is Panigale V2 for you. Now getting comfortable with the track and the bike, anticipation is at an all-time high. Can we clock a 230 on my first ever track visit at the Buddh? But all that becomes a damn squib when we realize that there were a few flag violations and we've been hauled up by the stewards for a quick class. We were then pulled up by our friendly instructors at ISBK, who taught us the 4 essential items for track biking: throttle control, braking, vision, and body position. And if we would apply them well, we would have significant improvements to our performance. And as the day progressed, things improved significantly. We got to know the circuit better, and most importantly, we got to know the V2 a whole lot better. And what makes it even better is the bump up in power and torque. While not very significant, the characteristics are very apparent, especially the torque characteristics when you put the bike on the road or on the track. So, in summary, how is the V2 out on the track? We are happy to report that Ducati have done a fine job with the Panigale V2. Make no mistakes, the 959 was a beautiful machine. But the fact was, it was a very demanding bike to ride. The V2, however, has a lot of its character derived from the V4, which essentially means it's a far more comfortable and accommodating machine, and still looks the part. And while we missed the 230 mark on our debut at the Buddh, it was a day well spent. And you know what? We have a reason to come back for more. While it's goodbye to the Buddh International Circuit for now, the V2 comes home with us. So stay tuned as we get you the Panigale V2 up close and personal very soon. Until then, ride hard, ride safe, ride responsible with bikes, buddies, and more.